ever felt like you're in a relationship with your partner and their family at the same time? That's what our next guest is dealing with, and he is frustrated. Torenzo, tell us, how can we help you?
So I have an ex, and we have a 2-year-old son.
Okay.
And we had a rocky relationship for about 3 years until we decided to call it quits. Whenever we split up, I decided to come to Los Angeles to pursue my dream career of being a fitness model.
Okay.
So from that moment on, it was just hard for both of us. And I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay, darling. So, so wait a minute, why'd you just get so sad?
Because the whole situation is, I just want to be able to be in his life and just, be there with him.
It's a son.
Yes, we have a 2-year-old son.
So is she using the son to use your child to kind of separate you, kind of like hold that over your head?
Yeah,
is that what's going on?
Exactly.
How often are you able to see your son?
The last time I seen him was November 2nd of last year.
Was that in person or talking over the phone or via FaceTime?
That was in person?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have, do you FaceTime or do anything like that, or she doesn't even allow you to do that?
Yes, we FaceTime, but recently on Christmas Day, she didn't let me FaceTime him, and that was the second time that she did that.
So I'd like to ask you, from a legal perspective, do you have a custody order in place that
we actually went through mediation, and for those who don't know what that is, you just need someone in the middle to validate everything. And we went through mediation, and it's required for me to see him, anytime I come back to
but let me ask you,
it
it is a court order signed by a judge saying you get to see him in X doys, or you get to see him for whatever time, and you have to pay support. Is that all a court order in a document?
Yes, it was through mediation. But for her to not let me see him on Christmas Day was in violation of our agreement.
Absolutely.
Wow. Absolutely.
And you should be in court fighting her on that.
Now, are you paying child support on time every month?
Yes, I am.
You're paying the full amount?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Wow. You've never missed anything?
Never missed any payments.
Oh, then you definitely need to go to court, and because she actually violated this nice agreement, because mediation is a nice way to go about things, because you could have gone in front of a judge to begin with, but you did this mediation, you trusted her, and I understand how heartbroken you could be just not being able to have a relationship with your son.
The last time I spoke to her was last week, for example, and I tried explaining to her, that this is hard on both of us. Let's just not make it harder, for me not to see him.
You think the family is telling her to behave this way?
I feel like her family is definitely influencing her to not let me see him.
How often are you supposed to be seeing your son? Is it monthly? Is it weekly? How often, since you're in a different state?
Really weekly. I'm supposed to FaceTime him every week.
But in person? How often?
In person, monthly. Anytime I come home, I have flexibility. So as long as I'm home, I can see him for my duration there.
So why didn't you go in December to see him if you care about him so much?
Because the money that I'm giving her for child support is the money that I use to go see our son. And
do you think she's mad at you because you moved away?
Yes, without a doubt.
Why shouldn't she be?
Why shouldn't she?
Why shouldn't she?
But
I don't understand why you moved away.
I moved away because the
relationship wasn't working.
Okay.
But you moved 2,000 miles away from a 2-year-old son.
It was a dream.
Whenever we first got together, all I really wanted was a family. That was it. And whenever we finally had that, it was perfect. So whenever we split up, it was devastating for me. It was tough for me to deal with that.
But you weren't happy in the relationship, correct?
Not completely.
But why did you split up with your son?
Well, I didn't split up with my son.
2,000 miles is splitting up.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Truth team, I've got to disagree with y'all. Because first of all, girls nowadays, this is something that bothers me, that you have a child with someone. If the relationship doesn't work out, would you want the man to be there and y'all not happy together?
No.
Do you know what I'm saying?
2,000 miles
Listen, but hold up. But if he says that he then wants to go and try and make a life for himself, what was wrong with him as a man going to do that?
Find a way to make life closer to your child.
No, I don't agree with you on that.
Thank you.
I don't agree with you on that.